Pause. Breathe. Listen. The universe is always listening. Now is the time for you to listen back. If you've ever felt the impatience that the unfolding of love is a process that's far too slow in arriving, this following message might resonate with you. We're going to talk about Venus in Aries, or in the first house, natally, in synastry, or an aspect with Mars. And let's put that insight into action. Love is not a slow dance for you. It's a race to win, a need to fulfill, a challenge to overcome, fueled by a wildfire of passion. You chase hard, love fast, consume every moment and leave only dust behind you. You aren't content to sit around waiting for romance to happen. You seize it. And the ride is intoxicating, so thrilling and headstrong, yet therein lies the challenge. How do you keep such a fire burning when you're going to certainly run out of fuel? And what will you do when darkness approaches and you haven't built a love in which to shelter? Here's your guide. For you, the quest for love is an extreme sport. The spark, that explosion, the fire and the thrilling rush of adrenaline as you blaze like a comet sends a shivering wave of excitement through every fiber of your being. Yet when the fiery crescendo is done, the ensuing emotional silence is so loud that all you feel is emptiness and the sound of a pin drop. So how can you sustain the heady rush without burning bridges? Treat passion as an expedition, not as a destination. Keep some surprises up your sleeve. You don't have to throw it all out there at once. You can play cheeky challenges between you and set yourself a target to discover the experience of letting someone else lead you in a new and an unfamiliar environment. Keep the love active by moving. Find excitement outside of your relationships and don't rely on your partner to be there to receive your every excitement and every thrill. Fuel your own fire with personal challenges, sports, competition, or new experiences, and other people to bounce off and be excited with. Delay your gratification. If you want something now, practice waiting. Take the long way to get there. Pack your bags properly. Let the tension build. Passion feasts on anticipation. You love freedom, autonomy, and self-sufficiency, but deep down you also crave devotion and intensity. So what's the struggle? In the spirit of a true warrior, you don't want to be bullied by one into surrendering the other. So how can you stay wild? Oh, fuck, here we go. I'm going to do this again. You love freedom, autonomy, and self-sufficiency, but deep down you also crave devotion and intensity. So what's the struggle? In the spirit of a true warrior, you don't want to be bullied by one into surrendering the other. So how can you stay wild without being alone? Choose a partner who tends your fire. You don't need someone to smother your passion, who starves you of oxygen and dims your flame. You need someone who contributes to providing fuel, who forms a united front to consume life together with you and not stand behind you in the ashes where you've already been. Offer the space you seek from someone else as a gift to them. It's not a surrender or a loss. By granting the freedom you desire for yourself, you create a precedence to permit your independence in equal measure. You loosen your own chains. Investing in your autonomy may be challenging at first, yet will weaken the emotional weight of your perceived limits to your autonomy. You see, it's not them who are keeping you obliged to reporting into them and to shining and directing your blasting flame of energy at them. It's you, it's you, it's you. Okay? Feeling that love is something that you need to blast at people. Give yourself the freedom to blast your love elsewhere. Learn to receive, not just give. You're naturally great at providing a spark to ignite fuel. You initiate, lead, provoke, and fan the flames that drive the turbine of your relationship. But when you allow others to give, your first frustration will be how slowly they take to get to the point. Practice patience. Remember, you're learning to slow down your burn. Let them lead and focus your intensity into developing genuine curiosity in them. The distraction of slowing yourself down will help your patience. Allow balance to appear. You love freedom, autonomy. You love freedom, autonomy, self-sufficiency. But also deep down, you crave devotion and intensity. In the spirit of a true warrior, you don't want to be bullied by one into surrendering the other. So how can you stay wild without being alone? Choose a partner who tends your fire. You don't need someone to smother your passion, who starves you of oxygen and dims your flame. You need someone who contributes to providing fuel, who forms a united front to consume life together with you and not stand behind you in the ashes of already, and not stand behind you in with you. Oh, fucking hell. You love freedom. Or you love freedom, autonomy, self-reliance. You also crave devotion and intensity. But what's the struggle? In the spirit of a true warrior, you don't want to be bullied by one into surrendering the other. So how can you stay wild without being alone? Choose a partner who tends your fire. You don't need someone to smother your passion, who starves you of oxygen and dims your flame. You need someone who contributes to providing fuel, who forms a united front to consume life together with you and not to stand behind you in the ashes of where you've already been. So I'll give you this one. Offer up the space that you seek from them as a gift. It's not a surrender or a loss, but by granting the freedom or the desire that you desire or that you need for yourself, you create a precedence to permit your independence in equal measure. You loosen your own chains. You see, investing in your autonomy may be challenging at first. It will weaken the emotional weight of your perceived limits to your autonomy. You don't need to always go up and report into them and to shine with them. And every time you feel good, you have to shine it out to them and focus and blast the intensity on them. Learn to receive, not just give. You're naturally great at providing a spark to ignite the fuel. You initiate, lead, provoke, and fan the flames that drive the turbine of your relationship. When you allow others to give, your first frustration will be how slowly they get to the point. Practice patience. Remember, you're learning to slow your burn. Let them lead and focus your intensity into developing genuine curiosity. The distraction of that will help you cultivate patience. Allow balance to appear on its own. Venus in Aries is fiercely confident in the fact that fire burns. Yet where does this confidence go when there's nothing left to burn? It slips through your fingers like fine ash. At that moment, it's very easy for you to assume there's no confidence because there's no fire, and that there's no fire because there's no passion, and that there's no passion because, well, the relationship's done and you may as well go. But that's not so. Cultivating an enduring love is synonymous with cultivating confidence. That means that learning how to feed the fire gently is a lesson on how to be truly confident instead of cocky. An enduring love is the warm glow from the embers of the slower burning pillars of a relationship, stability and trust. As anyone who's ever sat by a fire knows, a good and warm, comforting fire is not made by grass and paper alone. Yet how can you keep the fire burning without burning out? Passion isn't only about new circumstances and exciting news. It's about fiercely driving against your resistance to do the present circumstances in a new way. Instead of chasing something else, invest energy into keeping what you have exciting for you. So know the difference between excitement and sabotage. If you pick fights just to feel something, pause, ask yourself, am I looking for passion or am I avoiding emotional depth? Before you move on, check your confidence levels. That's a pretty good clue. Redefine what makes you attractive. It's not just your boldness, it's also your loyalty, presence, and ability to inspire others. Write down 100 reasons why you are attractive and own all of them. You don't fall in love timidly. You dive in head first. and then you feel cold, and then you get out. But real fulfillment comes from learning to enjoy all that love has to offer you over time, and not just from showing up for the high energy moments and disappearing again. How can you make love into a long-term adventure? Well, bring playfulness energy into everything. Love should never become a behavioral obligation for Aries Venus. Inject fun, movement, silliness, and laughter into your interactions. Keep the energy moving. Use movement to reset your energy if you feel restless. Instead of picking a fight or looking for a new or sexy stimulation, follow your passions. Run, train, dance, or compete in something. Take a new physical skill. Commitment isn't a trap for you. It doesn't have to be. It's fuel. The right person won't slow you down. They'll be there to help you run faster by teaching you to pace yourself. Choose someone who makes life more exciting, not less. Venus in Aries isn't looking for a lukewarm bath filled with bubbles of love. You're in for the intensity, the confidence, the freedom and passion. The relationships that work for you are those that ignite your soul. Yet love doesn't have to be a wildfire that burns itself out. When you learn to pace yourself, embrace a broader spectrum of emotional depth, and become passionate about building lasting attraction, your love will be unstoppable. Because when a Venus in Aries finds the right kind of passion, it never dies. Move as if no one is watching, because the universe always is. My name's Mark Lingham from Results Astrology, and I'm dedicated to putting insight into action. If you have this placement or have ever loved someone who does, you know how it is. What's been your experience?